Back to our first feature. This is called Homes Today. This is a presentation of RE/MAX Realtor, Ms. Audrey Forshey. The moderator here is CPA Adil Baloch, who's the CEO of Accurate Records and Tax Solution. On this set, CPA Baloch questions Realtor Forshey on the benefits of staging. Let's take a look.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Homes Today. I'm your host, Adil Baloch. I'm a certified public accountant and a certified tax resolution specialist. The name of my business is Accurate Records and Tax Services. It's in Montgomery County, Maryland. As you know, this program, our speaker here, our expert speaker for this program is Forshey June of RE/MAX Realty Services. She has already shared her expertise with us in the past, and today she will be sharing her expertise with us on benefits of staging a house. So Audrey, welcome back. Thank you very much for taking the time to come back and share some more of your expertise. The subject that you have picked today, you want to educate us on benefits of staging.
Yes.
Why don't we start with, I know we briefly touched base on it in our previous program, just to the extent of defining what staging is. Why don't we start with just a little bit of education, educate me at least on what staging is from A to Z, and then we can get into perhaps the importance of it and how it's done and everything else.
Sure. Staging is the process of getting the house ready to be put on the market. So we spoke before about painting the house, decluttering, and cleaning the house really good so it shows the best for the buyers when they're coming through the house. One of the things I want to say is that staging probably gets your house sold in the shortest amount of time, and you make more money, probably 96% of your asking price. You'll probably get that when you stage your house.
Wow, I had no idea. So there's so it's basically a science then. So
yes.
you can actually back it up with the
yes.
data. Wow. So I know one thing, that if I'm going to think about selling the house and I do not have any help, I'm going to clean it, vacuum it, make sure that everything looks clean, there's no dust anywhere. How is that different than somebody who's going to be staging it for me?
So when you live in your home, you decorate it for the way that you like for the house to look. And staging is different because staging is taking your personal decor out of the house and then making it appeal to the masses. You want the house to appeal to the most people when they're coming through the house. If you like a certain kind of decor or decorating, it may not appeal to more people. So you want to make it neutral, and neutral is probably your best way to decorate the house or stage the house when you have it on the market for sale. Soft, neutral tones.
So again, this being, it appears to be, this being a science, are there people out there who actually can help you, who actually specialize in these fields?
Yes. You can hire specific stagers and they'll have their own companies. You can hire agents. I stage with a stager, or some houses I don't always have to have a stager with. Some homes maybe we just need to move the furniture around the room and that sort of thing. Maybe we might want to change a color of a strong color like a red or a pink room. We might want to make that a more neutral tone. The stagers can work a couple of different ways. You may have a stager, an agent that sets you up with a stager, and you will pay the stager directly. They may bring furniture into your home. They may take some of your furniture out, and then you will pay accordingly for all of these things. Some agents may do it themselves. I do a lot myself, and I can use some of the owner's things, and we just might rearrange the house, and that might be all it is. But I have a lot of my own items in storage, and we set the
Just set the
houses
house
up.
up.
But it's
Exactly.
very important. It's a very important step in listing your home for sale.
So I, again, going back to, I think one of the discussions we had in the 5 deadly mistakes, we talked about the psychology. We
Yes.
might think that our house looks perfect, and when we talk about certain things as a benefit to the buyer, it might not be a benefit to them. What's a benefit? So I think staging pretty much is the same thing.
Yes.
The psychological effect of it. The probably certain things that the experts know that are actually going to look good in certain floor plans and so on and
Yes.
so forth. So it's a very good point. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's very educating to understand all that you want it to look a certain way, and only a stager can actually help you with that part. You may not necessarily.
One of the things too that's important, I think, is letting a lot of light into the house. So if you have very heavy drapery in your home, you may want to take maybe the side panels down. You can leave the valances across the top of the windows, but maybe taking some of the heavy drapery down. We want as much light in the house. You want it to feel as open as possible. People really respond to light and bright in a house. Again, it's a product. Your home's a product now. It's not your own personal house. We want it to appeal to as many home buyers out there as possible. So a lot of that is making it as neutral as possible.
Yeah. What would you consider? I know. I mean, staging obviously. For most people, it's just, I mean, they probably won't go beyond the definition. They won't know the ins and outs of it. But what would you consider to be some of the most important elements when it comes to staging? What would be certain things that are a given?
Well, decluttering is the number one thing. The other thing you might want to look at too is cleaning your windows. If it's been a long time since you had your windows cleaned, call a professional window cleaner. You will be amazed at how different your house looks if you have your windows professionally cleaned. And then also the other thing would be curb appeal, right?
Sure.
Your curb appeal. Remember, that's the first impression of your house when people are walking up to the front door. You want to keep the house as clean, the bushes trimmed, have the, the mulch beds done, trim your bushes back from the house. Large, big bushes make your house look old. So trim your bushes back as much as possible. Again, fresh mulch. Paint the front door. The front door is the first thing that the people see. It's more welcoming if you paint it.
Sure. So what everything that we're talking about so far, it's a given, it's understood that the house is occupied, everything is in place, and staging would be, as you said, in some cases it might even just be rearranging the furniture.
Yes.
Let's say there's nobody living in that house, it's a vacant house. Why would I have to? I mean, it's open, right? It looks big and everything.
That is very important because it gives people a perception of what will fit in the room. Even of all the years I've gone into houses, if the room is vacant, I'm not sure if the queen size bed is going to fit in the second bedroom or a king size bed in the bedroom. If we can stage it with the furniture, and it doesn't have to be a lot, we'll put some nice bed linens on the bed and some nightstands. It gives people a better idea of what their furniture will do, how big the room is, and that sort of thing. It's hard for people to really visualize it, and it gives the home some personality, if you will.
Sure. That's actually a very good point. If you have a house properly staged, one thing that people do not have to worry about is whether a king-size bed is going to get into the room all the way from the stairs up to the bedroom and all that stuff. So, very good point. Absolutely, very educating point again. So, having said all this, the ins and outs of staging, and as far as I'm concerned, I know that I will need a professional's help if I ever need to stage anything, because I know nothing about it. What would be your advice? Let's put it in layman's terms. Let's see somebody is trying to do it themselves for whatever reason.
Okay.
Maybe they just want to do it themselves and then have a professional come in and get their opinion in the end. Number one, would that be an option? Would there be professionals who will be okay with that setup? And if they are doing it, can you just walk us through from A to Z or what they, obviously we've talked about everything A to Z, but if you can just summarize everything, put it all together. Somebody doing it on their own from a perspective of just doing it and then having an expert come in and take a look at it.
Sure. One thing that I suggest to people is sometimes they might need to get a storage unit. And the best thing for you to do is just get those plastic bins that you could buy at the Five and Below or those sorts of stores, and put your belongings in there. One of the best things you can do yourself is clear off your kitchen countertops. Get rid of everything on there. Keep your coffee maker if you have coffee or your tea in the morning. And I sometimes say it's okay if you have your toaster on there if you have toast every morning for breakfast. But as much stuff as you can get it off of there. It will make your kitchen look bigger. Then the next thing you want to do is I want you to take all those magnets off your refrigerator, all those magnets you collect. I have magnets too, but take them off because it's too cluttered. The same thing goes for the bathroom countertops. Pick things up. If we have too much furniture in a room, it will look cluttered. Again, you want it to look as big as possible, as light and open as possible. I think also the other thing you want to do, or the reason that I want you to clear all the stuff off of the countertops and all that sort of stuff, is when we have the professional photographer come in to take the pictures, all of the items on the counters and the tables and in the cabinets, it looks very busy in the photograph, and it's very hard for people to look at the pictures because the picture is so busy. So it's very important to stage it, make the yard look nice, have everything out, all the lights on so the rooms are light and bright. And the other thing, the other piece of that puzzle is, and I tell all my sellers this, is that we want to have a professional photographer take the photos. I see so many times when real estate agents or whoever, the owner, take their own photos, and you just cannot take the photos like a professional photographer. And it makes all the difference in the world. And the one thing that I'll say to you is that people shop for homes on the internet now.
Yes.
And the way your pictures look and how it looks on the internet is your home's total and complete reputation. So when people are shopping, if they don't see a beautiful home that looks organized, neutral, and something that they want to see, they're not going to pick it and call their agent to go see it. So remember, you have one shot to make that impression of your home, and it's really important.
Yes, so your home has to have that appeal.
Yes.
And only a professional would know where to put more light and where to put more colors and how to enhance those pictures. And I mean, everything is pretty much, there's a reason why people go the extra mile and gain their expertise in certain fields, because obviously they have gone through the process of educating them more than the others. And so they obviously understand how those pictures are taken and what will be of a greater appeal to somebody who's looking for certain things in the house and so on and so forth. So staging, as you said, and this is something that I understand differently now, staging actually is not only taking care of everything indoors, it's outside as well.
Yes.
So your backyard is part of it, your bushes, your trees, and so on and so forth.
It's very important.
So it's actually, as I said, it's educating. It adds to my knowledge base. I know nothing about real estate, but having doing these programs with you, I'm learning a lot as I go. One other thing that I just wanted to, I see lots of times when you go online, lots of homes have these, which is part of staging, I guess. Lots of homes have these videos to go with, and you can actually walk around literally in the house through that video.
Very nice.
Why would somebody have that and others won't have it? What would be your advice to someone who doesn't have it?
So I will have those in, it's different properties. Large properties will have them. I have drone videos also. I think those are very dramatic. And sometimes it helps people spatially see how the floor plan works also. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to have that done in a condo or in a townhome. It's a little bit larger property that works the best for a single family home usually.
Very interesting, very educating as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure our viewers are thinking no different. Audrey, thank you very much. As I said, it was very educating, viewers. Another very educating program by Audrey. We will be back in the next program. I'm pretty sure she will pick a very interesting topic related to real estate. Until then, Audrey, thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you, Dill.